Welcome to Introduction to Metaphysics. This is class 3, part 2 for our entertainment purposes here on the TikTok. Did y'all see those Hillman Talk merch? Oh my gosh. I'm like in love with us. How do we shift our energy or our frequency state or our vibrations? There are several ways. I'm going to talk about maybe 4 or 5 of them, and we will go into depth on each of these at a later day. So, the first thing you can do is shift your thoughts, right? Now, that's easier said than done, and I can promise you, if you've been walking on the same pathway for years, it's going to be really hard and you're going to forget. And so, again, we're going to practice non judgment and say something like, when I remember, or when I get triggered by a thing, or when somebody reminds me, then I'm going to just gently reframe a thought. You could do this by setting little sticky notes everywhere. You can do this by setting reminders on your phone. You could do this by setting an alarm to say an affirmation of sort. You could do this in so many different ways. You can have somebody remind you to change your thought. You can set it as a daily mantra to change your thoughts, or create a thought that you want. I am successful. My sister gave me this years ago, and I literally say it every day. I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am wise. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope she doesn't mind that I borrowed it and shared it with y'all. But I am happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, and wise. And just saying that has shifted my thought process of living in lack. Right? I may not be Elon Musk, billionaire, or however rich he is, but that doesn't mean that I'm not wealthy. I may not be Albert Einstein, but that doesn't mean that I'm not wise, right? I'm very wise. It doesn't, I may not be, I don't know, Gandhi, but was Gandhi really happy? The Dalai Lama? I don't know. Name a happy person. I may not be as happy as them, but I definitely live in some joy. Like, my life is full of joy. And I may not have, be able to run, like, what's that man's name? Ray Dalio? Is that his name? That runs those really crazy marathons? I forget his name. Anyways, I might not be him, but definitely I am healthy, right? And the more I say it, the more I experiencing these things. So it might be just a simple writing it down. Here's the catch when changing your thoughts. In the beginning, you don't have to believe it. And I know I said belief is the foundation, but I also said consistency matters. So the more you say it, the more you will walk on that new neural pathway, and the more you will begin to believe it. So come up with a saying or thought that you want to change from and into, and then just keep practicing it, and it will change over time. In a later class, I'll teach you how to say that in affirmations, because there is a specific way. We don't got time for that today. You can, number 2, change your emotions. If you change your thoughts, you will eventually change your emotions. But one way to practice changing your emotions is in a state of gratitude. So I've been thinking a lot about this in a way for you guys to really practice gratitude. I believe the book, the text for this class will be out on Friday. And even though it's an introduction and it's not very long, I want you guys to purchase that book. Yes, it's going to help me out, but it's not for me. It's for you guys to practice gratitude in 2 ways. I want you guys to practice it by saying, oh, thank you for sharing this information. You guys already say thank you. And I hear and I feel the gratitude that you guys have. And here's a way to outwardly show your gratitude. Now, it's not about me getting anything, right? I'm going to get that regard. Like, it's not about me getting anything. It's about you practicing gratitude. And when you practice gratitude, it will raise your vibration. I'm also going to say, buy 2 copies. Again, not for me, for you. I want you to buy it, and then I want you to give it to somebody. right? Because you practicing gratitude, thank you, Kim. Thank you for sharing this information. I'm feeling really grateful. I want you to really feel what gratitude feels like. Feel it in your gut, feel it in your chest, feel it in your smile. I want you to really get into how great gratitude feels. And then I want you to give it to somebody and see how good you feel when you give it. I don't care if you know the person. I don't care if you drop it on your neighbor's doorstep. I don't care if you give it to a houseless person. I don't care if you go drop it in a restaurant somewhere. I just want you to share it with somebody and pass on the goodness. What that's going to do is not only reiterate you changing your thoughts, but it's also going to help raise your emotional state, which is going to change your energy. The next thing you could do is change your energy by eating some good, I call them happy foods. They are usually colorful and they can be eaten raw, right? You don't have to eat them raw, but they can be eaten raw. So think of fruits, vegetables, all of those things. They are high energy foods. Here are foods that are not high energy. Anything processed, right? Anything that's got things that are really synthetic. If it came from the earth, it's probably high energy. Now, I'm not a vegan. I ain't even a vegetarian. I don't always eat kosher, but I do try to eat a happy, healthy food at least once a day. What makes your soul happy might not make my soul happy. So you have to figure out what works for you. But just in general, they usually are colorful and they can be eaten raw. You can raise your physical energy by practicing breathing. We're going to have a whole class, hopefully, on breathing, so don't worry about that. But for now, if you're going to try deep breathing, I want you to just manage your emotions when you breathe. Maybe have a journal down, because sometimes when you breathe real deep, you start feeling some stuff, and we don't really want you to feel too much. We want you just to practice getting more oxygen in your body. And the last and absolute favorite, spend some time in the sun. Now, if you live in a really cold area, go sit at a window. You don't have to be directly outside. If it's cloudy outside, that's okay. You'll still get the sun rays. If it's really hot outside, that's okay. Sit in the air conditioning. You still just need the sun, right? Sitting in the sun gives you vitamin D, gives you the energy that you need. You can also sit in nature and go for a walk in the park. I almost want to say take your shoes off, walk around, because I do that. I love it. It's called earthing. Walk around with your bare feet in the sand or in the grass or in the dirt or wherever. Hug a tree. All of those things are ways to raise your vibration physically. And then you can practice things spiritually. We are going to have a whole class on meditation, grounding exercises like that earthing that I just talked to you about, and visualization, prayer. I personally feel like prayer is the outgoing of a thought or concern, and meditation is the incoming of the answer. And so I often say practice prayer and meditation together. Sometimes prayer comes first, sometimes meditation comes first. It's a call and response almost. Now, I'm not going to tell you who to pray to or how to pray. That's not my job to do. However, I will say that the more you practice this, the higher your energy will go. When you practice this, I want you to pray and or meditate on the things that you're grateful for, right? So we're not just praying or meditating on the things that bother us, though we can spend some time there. We're also praying and meditating on things that really lift our spirit and make us feel great. Remember, this is in your hands. You have the power to change whatever. So, homework time. Actually, one of you guys posted a video, so that's your homework. Post a video, tag me in it, and talk about how you intend to raise your vibration over the next few days. Do you plan to sit in the sun? Do you plan to go for a hike? Do you plan to eat some different foods? Do you plan to practice breathing? Are you going to write gratitude journals? You could also write a letter to somebody and say thank you for just being you. What are you going to do to help raise your energy and your vibration? I can promise y'all, you guys help me raise my energy and vibration every single day. This probably has been the best thing that has happened to me in a really long time. Not to say that I don't love my family and friends, but I'm just excited about this and my energy is on 1,000. All right, I'll see y'all next class.